I want to preemptively apologize for two things. One, I'm still a little sick, so my voice is very raspy. I almost sound like the Grudge, and therefore I'm probably gonna have to mute every once in a while to cough. Point proven. And secondly, the stream is starting very late. However, in celebration of our 8-year affiliate anniversary, I feel like that's almost on par. If we're gonna truly celebrate my time live streaming, my time spent on this platform, we need to almost pay homage to the fact that my streams always start late. I wouldn't be true to myself. It would be almost like a lie, a disservice to myself if we started the stream on time. And here's the thing, listen, I worked today, so I did my little 10-hour shift, came home, and all I could think about was sleep. So I took a nap, and what was planning to be, what I thought was going to be, maybe a 1, 2 hour nap, turned into like a 5 hour nap, and that's why the stream was starting so late. And I apologize for that. But today, we are going back to where it all started, and we're doing the content that not only began my live streaming career, but really began my content creation career when I first started uploading videos on YouTube. And that's Minecraft. Not just Minecraft survival, vanilla, the basic go start a world, survive on your own. We're not just playing standard Minecraft. We're specifically going to head out to the Lifeboat Minecraft server, a server I started making videos on over a decade, and I started live streaming on also about a decade ago. And we're just gonna play some of the mini games that really helped me grow my Twitch account as well as my YouTube, and have kind of sustained the majority of my content throughout the years. Because this server has really done the heavy lifting when it comes to giving me content and allowing me things to play. Without this server, I would have no content. So I'm thinking we play 3 mini games. That being almost like the the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future. I want to play Minecraft survival games, which was the mini game that really started it all. It was the first mini game, the first mini game I ever made a YouTube video about, and also the first mini game I really live streamed. We're gonna play Minecraft Skywars, which was the mini game that popularized my channel and started to kind of help me grow on Twitch. It helped me at the very least get out of that zero viewer purgatory. And then I also want to play some Minecraft One in the Chamber, which is my current favorite minigame. It's what I'm addicted to nowadays as a grown adult man. So we're going to play those 3 minigames tonight. And anyone who wants to tag along and join me is free to do so. I'm down to play with followers. It'll be an open party. It'll be a little difficult at first because games like survival games, you can only play with one teammate. I think Skywars has a max of 4. But if we do get enough people in the chat to the point where our party has more than 4 people in it, we can just go play One in the Chamber, which is technically a free for all minigame where we'll be playing against each other, but at least we can play with more than 4 people. So that's kind of the plan, at least I had in place. And I'm excited. I'm very excited. Zach, I can't believe it's been 8 years. It's kind of crazy that I've been in the Twitch affiliate program for 8 years. And there's conflicting feelings about it. I'll admit. Like, some people would look at that and they would be proud. And I am very proud. 8 years of being a Twitch affiliate. That is a lot of hard work and a lot of streaming. And I'm glad that I've stuck with it. Other people would look at it a little bit more pessimistically. How are you not a Twitch partner yet? And sometimes I think about that, it makes me not necessarily sad, but I think when I'm having like a super self-deprecating, almost like kind of, I don't know, when I'm having one of those days where you're down on yourself, you know what I mean? You ever have those days where you're feeling anxious or you're just thinking about everything you've ever done wrong in your life? Um, sorry. Like I said, still a little sick. Still a little sick, but I wasn't gonna let being sick stop me from streaming on our 8-year anniversary. Um, Never have I ever had one of those days besides every day. Same here, brother. Yeah, sometimes when I have like those more negative, difficult days, I think about the fact that like we've been streaming for over a decade. We've been affiliate for over 8 years. How am I not a partner yet? But I really think what I got to do in those moments is just focus on the good and the positives. And the positives truly are that, like, at the very least, I haven't given up. My chat hasn't abandoned me. Can't say the same for other streamers. There are streamers out there who have been doing it for like 10 years, but because they're either so inconsistent or their content just isn't good, let's be blunt about it. Like, there are some people who go live like every day, no mic, no face cam, and they expect to grow. Brother, your content is terrible. There's a reason you've been live for 10 years and you've never gained an audience. That sounds mean, but I'm just putting it bluntly. Let's be honest. Uh, yeah, like I try to be positive about the fact that like at least I'm still here. I'm still making content. I haven't given up yet. You're not sneaky. Oh my god, I still got it. Your boy's not rusty. Oh, I might die though. Okay, thank god. He had way better stuff than I did. I thought I was dead. Dude, my bow and arrow aim is almost sexual. It's to a degree of like you could turn a man, a woman, really anyone on with my bow and arrow aim. It's fucked. Sorry. Maybe going on this kind of long, almost therapeutic rant wasn't a good idea during a Hunger Games match because my commentary keeps getting interrupted by Hunger Games. Apologies. This wasn't the best time for therapy hour. But to try to get back on topic, like when I have those days where I'm a little down on myself about the fact that, I've been doing live streaming for over 10 years and it's still just a hobby. It's not even a part-time job yet. I still at least try to be happy about the fact and proud of the fact that like I've at least grown to a degree that I'm proud of. Like I'm no longer in that zero viewer purgatory. I have a viewer base that like supports me and I really enjoy live streaming with. Like I have people in my viewer base that like I really really enjoy talking with and hanging out with and spending time with. And that's really nice. Um but also like I think another reason I don't mind not being a Twitch partner is because a lot of people who are Twitch partners at my size of a channel, like a couple hundred followers, even like people who have just a couple thousand followers, yet they somehow have Twitch partner, um, they got that shit in, how do I put this nicely? Not legitimate ways. Like, I would rather follow my morals and be an honest and like I don't know, legitimate person than go get Twitch partner by view botting or turning myself into like a clown that just puts myself in very compromising situations for views or sexualizes myself constantly for views, because that's a big one that people love to do, is like just over sexualize yourself and your content, because you know that rakes in the views. Oh, that was bad aim. Bad aim, bad aim. And while, you know, I'm not trying to slut shame anyone, I do think there gets a point when it comes to that type of content where I need to be able to like go to bed at night and not be ashamed of the content I make. I need to be able to go to bed at night and my wife needs to not be ashamed of the content I make. And therefore like I'm proud of the fact that like I haven't had to do that, or I haven't had to like turn myself into a clown, because that's another really big strategy nowadays. And I'm not saying there's anything necessarily wrong with that, but it's not something I want to do. Like a lot of your popular streamers nowadays, they basically allow their chat to just berate them. Like their content is making fun of themselves and the chat making fun of them, and they are the butt of the joke. And while that is funny, it's not bad content. It's just not what I want to do. Like I don't want to be a court jester for the chat to constantly poke fun at. Because again, I want to make content that like I can be happy with when I go to bed at night, and like my wife can be happy with if she ever watches back, or like my family can be happy with if they ever go and watch. And I feel like I would be less happy making content where I am just like a little jester for people to poke fun at. That's not content I would want my wife to watch. You know what I mean? Ah, you bitch. Oh, I feel bad, but I don't, because you were trying to clean me up, and then you lagged out. It was almost like God punished you for trying to be a janitor. The Lord punished you. Why do I still have a leather chest? Why do I still have a leather chest plate on in all of this commotion? How has this happened? I'm gonna have to start ditching iron boots. There's so much trash loot that, like, the iron boots are a waste of my time. I have so much good stuff. I've never seen this much good loot in the game before. What the fuck is going on? Oh, there's another person. Whatever. Let's just finish this game. Brandon, I saw your message, and then I read it, and then I didn't respond to it because I was in the middle of being murdered. I'm so sorry. I was being attacked back to back to back. Just constant janitors, constant cleanup crews. It's wonderful to see tonight. I listen. I wouldn't slut shame you, but we can have our own little private show. Yeah, I don't know. Also, Zach, I don't know if you're still in the chat or if you're lurking already, because I know you're very quick to lurk, and I'm not upset about that. But one thing that does, you know, cause me a little bit of heartache is you never warn me before you lurk. So I'll be having a conversation with this man in the chat. Meanwhile, the whole time he's not even at his computer. It's literally just me talking to myself. And by the time I realize he's gone, I just feel embarrassed. No, but if Zach is still in the chat, it's really, really funny that the clip I posted yesterday popped off. I did not expect that. So shout out to Zach for being good content. Everyone give Zach some applause in the chat. If you don't know, I posted a short to YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, yesterday with Zach in it. And I'll be honest with y'all, it's never the videos I think that are gonna pop off that pop off. Like, for example, I put out a Counter-Strike short like 2-3 days ago that had well over an hour of editing work into it. Like, this 1 minute short had tons of video editing and graphics and like, oh fuck me, I'm fucked. 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 It doesn't help that he's lagging, bro. Dude, that sucks. Oh, usually when someone's lagging, it's to their disadvantage, but that one was actually to his advantage because I could not hit him. He was like a ghost. He he literally was teleporting, making it impossible to predict his movements. Fuck. Okay, that's fine. Unlucky. That makes me feel less bad about the fact that I died at least. Bro was an actual stop motion animation. Dude, it's so difficult to like commentate and tell a proper story while playing Minecraft Hunger Games because I'm constantly being interrupted by like Katniss Everdeen trying to murder me. Anyways, no, yeah. So like a couple days ago, I put out a YouTube short and I put over like an hour of editing into it. I put captions into it. I put graphics into it. I did some visual editing and animations. And that video did like the worst of my last 10 videos. No one gave a fuck about it. And then this video I put out yesterday with Zach, I didn't put any caption work into it. No graphics, no animations. I literally just put a single sentence of text on the screen. And it popped off. It has like 25,000 views on YouTube right now, which I think is very funny and also pretty good for my channel size. Like, I only have 2,000 followers on YouTube. So yeah, shout out to the support that video got. Are you actually following me? You're an idiot. Hopefully you had a weapon, because I would love one. Oh, you didn't have a weapon. Why were you following me then? He was so keen on hunting me down and didn't even have a weapon. Either that man is really into fisting, or he's a fucking moron. What was that? I don't... What were you gonna do there, bud? What was your grand plan? I'm so confused. Let's kill this guy. Yeah, shout out to Zach for being good content and getting me over 20,000 views. Love my boy Zach. Shout out to Zach for the lurk. Because he's definitely not in the chat. I think he would have responded by now. After I've said his name like 15 times. I'm trying to summon him like Beetlejuice. And he has not responded, so I don't think he's in the chat. Oh, wait, that is so close. I heard that lightning strike and it was right next to me. Let's go hunt this guy down as well. Oh, terrible aim, terrible aim. Terrible aim. Bad aim. Oh, this guy is definitely lagging as well. It's okay. He sucks. I don't think we're gonna die. I've been here this whole time. I'm just playing Mancala. Bro is like an ancient Aztec. Wait, that's fucking hilarious, actually. He's playing Mancala like his ancient ancestors. I don't know why. That's so funny to me. Oh my god. But yeah, shout out Zach. I guess we could go back and finish that one topic that I didn't get to fully finish talking about. I mean, I pretty much wrapped up what I was saying, but to kind of put a little bow tie on it, and coincidentally, this is something that like I've been thinking about making like bonus membership video on. So you guys are almost like getting the rough draft for free on stream of something that I want to talk about for my Twitch members and YouTube subs. So it would admittedly be a paid video that you wouldn't get to see unless you are sub to me. But like I said, right now you're getting to see the free rough draft of it. But I wanted to low-key make like a commentary video in the near future about my conflicting like feelings and almost like the struggles I've been having mentally when it comes to streaming and my thoughts, feelings, opinions towards streaming because like I still have a lot of care and passion towards streaming. But at the same time, it's it's really difficult for me to I don't know. Oh, that sucks. I'm dead. Damn. What was that knockback? You're so lucky that shot missed. Oh, half a heart. Don't care. I have no arrows now, though. I have one arrow. A single arrow. Better boots, I'll take. I think, low-key, those two guys were teaming because they were standing right next to each other and not hitting each other. But I also think they're terrible teammates because they didn't group up on me to kill me. He's still just hanging out over there. Yeah, I low-key think those two guys were teaming. That's why I wanted to push them and fight them. Because I thought I could maybe be like the cleanup, the janitor. And then they never fought each other. So instead I just kind of pushed into a 2v1. Which was stupid of me. But I didn't know. I can't blame myself. Can't be mad at myself. I'm gonna wait, restore a little bit more health, and then we'll go fight the other guy in this little 2v1. Oh, they're fighting already. Okay. Well, that's what you get for teaming, Loki. Why do you have so much diamond armor, my guy? Wait, I'm being shot at. What the fuck? What is going on? Okay, I'm not getting 2v1s here. I probably lose this game if I don't get a better weapon soon, because that diamond armor guy is only going to get, like, tickled by my bow. Oh, there he is. We clean this fight up, though. I'll boost you into him. Go get him! Go get him, buddy! Go get him, dog! Go, lassie, go! There's 3 people left. Me, someone else, and diamond armor. Come here. Come here, buddy. I can smell you. You're running into the border, you moron. Oh my god, he actually out-parkoured me because I suck at the video game. Okay. Maybe I'm not terrible. Not the worst, at least. We cut him off here. We play the border here. We for sure play the border because he's just got to get screwed. Oh my god, I hit him into a hole. He's in the pits. He's gonna get stuck in this house. He's got to come to me. Yeah, you're gonna die to border. Oh, he purposely died to border so I couldn't get his loot. What a loser, dude. What a downright dog. That sucks. I wanted that diamond loot. Alright, where's the last one? I only have 2 arrows for this last guy. Okay, good. He doesn't have that much stuff. He doesn't have good stuff, at least. He's also very deaf, dumb, and blind. He didn't hear my footsteps or see me. GG's, brother. Okay. That was actually kind of a difficult game. Mostly because I was stuck with a gold sword up until the last fight. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. I keep getting interrupted by gameplay, by action, by murder. But like I was saying, y'all kind of get like the precursor, the rough draft of an eventual video that I would put out for Twitch subscribers and YouTube members, and it's basically a commentary video that I've been starting to script, where I want to talk about the fact that, like, as much as I love streaming and I'm very passionate about streaming, it's a hobby that I care so deeply about. I oftentimes feel very conflicted because it feels like more and more nowadays the way to grow on live stream, at least predominantly, it's not. There are other ways to grow. You know, this isn't the only way to grow, but majoritively, the most popular ways for you to get popular on live stream are to do one of three things. Turn yourself into like a court jester, where the entire chat as well as the internet just, you know, makes fun of you and that's your content. And that's, I think, the least self-deprecating one, which is saying something. Because it can be really good content. Like, that's, I think, why it's not as self-deprecating, because you do get really good content out of it. Think of, like, you know, Jinxie or Queso, those type of content creators. Like, their content's fucking hilarious. And I love watching, like, a Queso live stream or a Jinxie TikTok. But at the same time, like, their content really is just, like, their chat bullying them, which is not the type of community I want to build. The second type of way you can get popular is by just sexualizing yourself, which I'm not trying to do. I'm not trying to, like, build a community of gooners. Like, I'll make sexual jokes, but I'm not out here trying to build a community around, like, sexualized topics. Like there are streamers out there who quite literally prey on that. Like, their stream is just softcore porn, and they lean into it, and that's not for me. And then one of the third most popular ways is to just become the most degenerate, like, shitbag type of controversial personality that appeals to, like, a very niche, almost grifter type of audience. And obviously we're not doing that either. And again, there are other ways to grow on live stream. You're not forced to take one of those paths. But to me, if I had to, like, approximate it, if I had to put a number to it, it feels like if you want to grow on stream nowadays, like 90% chance your best way of doing that is either being a court jester, a literal softcore porn star, sexualizing yourself, or just being a grifter. And then the other 10% is being, like, anything else, just being a normal content creator. And that's what's so demoralizing about it, is, like, if you want to not be a fucking clown, slut, or like grifter, you have way less likelihood to pull any viewers or grow your account, which sucks. It sucks, and it's very demoralizing sometimes. Also, my new persona will be slutty clown grifter. Hopefully this will make me internet famous. And you know what's funny? There are literal streamers right now who kind of fit that exact description. They're trying to hit all three categories. They're catching them all. They're catching them all like Ash catches Pokemon, and like the Red Light District catches STDs. And they probably have the latter. Anyways, we'll get back into some survival games. I'm still so sick, bro. I need to clear my nose for a second. Try not to sniffle on stream. Yeah, I don't know. It's just very conflicting. I think I'm also in this kind of weird headspace, and part of the reason we're turning today's stream into like a therapy hour is because I feel like this year has just been really difficult for me. I mean, we started January off with a fucking car crash that quite literally put my entire ability to make content on hold for like a month. And then we just got sick for like the last 10 days, which put my ability to make content on hold again. So like we couldn't make content for a month, and then as I immediately recovered from my car crash and started feeling better again, I get sick and couldn't make content for like almost 2 weeks, which was just terrible timing. Like it was literally comical. I was just explaining to someone at work that like the day I felt as though I had no more pain from the car crash, and I felt as though I'd like healed from my car crash, and all the soreness and injury had gone away, was the day I started getting sick. So yeah, like we got screwed so far. Like 2026 has really kind of fucked with us. I've basically been unable to make content for 6 weeks of the year by either crashing my car or having the plague. And it's just unlucky. So I think that's also put me in a kind of pessimistic headspace because I feel like I'm almost behind. I'm like, I need to play like catch up. I'm on the back foot, the back pedal. And I'm still like not even fully healed from my illness. Like I've been gone the last 2 weeks, and I'm still not better. Am I in teams? Why am I in teams? Who's my teammate? I think I accidentally queued up for duos. I definitely accidentally queued up for duos. Yeah, that's awkward. I think I don't know where my teammate is. They're probably dead. Yeah, I'm on the purple team. Oh god, the blue team's here and they have good stuff. They're both together. They're both best friends. Good thing for me, I'm the ender of friendships. Why the fuck is the orange team? I'm fighting a 1v3! Dude, that's actually fucked up. That's not my fault. I just fought a 1v3. The blue team and the solo guy on the orange team were all fighting me. They weren't fighting each other. You're getting reported, bud. You're getting banned. They're actually teaming. No, they're cross-teaming. You little fucking harlot. You gotta be... Can you actually report people on the server? Wait, you can. I'm reporting this cunt. Report court... What is your dumbass name? I can't even read it. Court Love JJ. Yeah, you're getting reported. You're getting banned, bitch. Unknown command. I can't even report. / report? Oh, that's how we do it. Yeah, you're getting banned. Oh, I can't replete. Me, this is such a complicated process. I have to leave a note. I have to write a little dissertation. EVP hacks, chat misconduct, other? I guess other, because they weren't doing any of these 3 things. And where's the light blue team at, actually? We're reporting them for cross-teaming as well. I've never reported someone on this server, but I'm feeling some type of way today. Ain't no way I just got 1v3'd. I already forgot their names. I already forgot their names. Don't lock in, or Dante lock in. And I'm Ashley Dow. You're getting banned, bud. Dude. Fucking losers. It's already teams. I can't report people. What is this server? What is this server? I can't report people back to back? How long do I have to wait? I don't give a fuck. We're leaving. I'm so annoyed. Dude. That felt like a hate crime. Alright. I just got all of my ancestral bloodline of, like, Italians who were discriminated against for being Italians. Like, I'm talking my great ancestors who came over to America. I felt all of the hate they felt in that moment where I got 1v3'd. What the fuck was that? That's so fucked up. I'm pissed. And why the fuck was I in a Teams game? I swear to God I did not queue up a Teams game. I'm like 90% sure the game glitched out and put me in a Teams match. I'm so certain I did not queue up a Teams survival games match. What the fuck? Also, I've missed like chat messages here and there. Apologies. I'm the worst. I'm sorry. Brother Kurt. I'm appreciative of the lurk. Thank you for the lurk in the YouTube chat. Yeah. Zach, I know I responded to most of your messages, but congrats on winning your game of Mancala. And then additionally, it has been a wild start to the year. Yeah. Yeah. To go back on topic. It 2026 has sucked so far, but I'm trying not to be too down on myself about it. Try not to be too pessimistic. And I'm trying to, like, at the very least, just stay as optimistic as possible, because I'm well aware, alright, that if I let it get to me, if I continue to be negative, I continue to just have that kind of loser mentality, that nothing's gonna change. Like, while the car crash wasn't my fault and took like a month of my life away, and while this plague that I've been contracted with, been doomed to suffer for God knows how long, because I'm still not fully healed, also really isn't my fault. I'm convinced that a witch put a spell on me. So if anything, it's her fault, not mine. Uh, like, while it's not my fault, I'm trying to stay positive, and I'm trying to be in good spirits about it. So hopefully having, a good mental will result in a good outcome moving forward, and things will change for the better. But it's still difficult. I'm hoping for the best. One thing I am going to do moving forward is we're going to finally start working towards putting together that game show that I've been really trying to hype up, and I've been talking a lot about it. I've been working a lot towards it in the last couple months, and we've talked a lot about it on stream. I even sent you that message recently, Brandon, which was like about the game show directly. Like, I think it's probably still going to take another month, maybe two, but I want to host a game show on my live stream finally. Something I've wanted to do for a really long time, and I think it would be really exciting. So, yeah. That's something I've been trying to work towards, and something I would love to accomplish here in the near future. I also just think it would be good content, like hosting a full-length game show live. Like, what is this weird house? What in the popular MMOs is this layout? There's no chests in here either. What is this, bro? Okay. Whatever. When are we playing insert game name? So we can talk about it a little bit on stream. I mean, I feel like I'm at a very nice... I actually, I was talking earlier about my conflicting feelings towards my channel size after 10 years streaming. And, I said earlier that, while I'm sad I'm not a Twitch partner after 10 years, I am actually kind of happy about my channel size because I feel like we have a very tight knit community. And I'm at least happy that I am no longer in zero viewer purgatory. And therefore, we can talk about it because we don't have a lot of followers. I feel like if I had a lot of followers, I wouldn't want to talk about it because I wouldn't want to spoil it to like the general public. But, like, this conversation probably ain't gonna go anywhere beyond this live stream. So we've talked a lot in past live streams these past couple months about what type of game show I'd want to host and how exactly the format would work, because it's difficult. It's difficult on stream to host something that is both palatable for a live stream audience and also isn't gonna be, I guess, broken in any way. By that I mean, if you host a game show live on stream, you really gotta be careful about people cheating the system. For example, one thing I've hinted at is like, well, what if we host a version of like Survivor? Because I love the show Survivor. The problem with that, and one reason I've kind of started to shy away from that idea, is like, if you host a game show like Survivor on stream, people could just watch the stream, basically stream snipe, and very easily find out if they're getting votes. They could listen into the conversations, read the chat logs, find out if they're getting votes, and then that makes it really, really easy for those players to then correctly or, incorrectly figure out whether or not they're getting votes, or figure out whether or not they need to play an immunity idol to save themselves. So I'm actually kind of leaning away from the idea of hosting a Survivor type show. And instead, I'm leaning more towards a game show that would be more similar to like Big Brother or The Challenge. And if you don't know how those shows work, they still have social elements to it. There's still an element of like strategizing with other people and voting other people out. But the game is much more rooted in like competing in challenges. And I think, oh my god, this guy has full diamond. And an iron sword. I'm fucked. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. Something just broke. What broke? Was it mine? My armor broke? You suck for someone that has full diamond, by the way, buddy. What is going on here? I feel like I'm being gaslit. I feel like I'm being catfished. I suck. Oh, I'm actually terrible. How do I miss these easy shots? Wow, you're terrible at the video game. What a shame. What a bummer for that guy. Jesus. That was like if you gave Spider-Man all the power but none of the responsibility. That was like if you gave Iron Man's suit to a homeless man instead of Tony Stark. What the fuck is going on? Okay. He had so much. He had extra. He had extra pieces of diamond armor. That's how fucked up that fight was. I'm going crazy, dog. Anyway, dude. I feel like I'm going insane. Wait. Oh, I accidentally threw out one. Did I? I don't know. I think I accidentally threw out one of the iron swords. Where's the enchanting table on this map? Usually the enchantment table's at mid. Where did it... I don't know. This is a new map, to be honest. They added a couple new maps recently with the new update. So they added a huge new update to Hunger Games. Some of the stuff they added I like. The fact that when you kill someone now, there's a lightning strike, which kind of gives away your position, makes it easier to find people. They added a compass, which is an item you can find in chests sometimes. And that compass points to the next closest player. I love that because it helps save time. And my biggest complaint was how bored I would get trying to look for people and never find anyone, just running around the map endlessly and never able to find anyone. They added a border system which shrinks and pushes people into the center, which I kind of like. See, this is the border, slowly pushing people in. The problem with the border, though, is they haven't updated their maps to account for the border, and a lot of their older maps that existed before the border existed have like little holes and like traps you can get stuck in. And therefore, if you fall in like a hole or fall in one of these traps that you get stuck in, and the border closes on you, you're just dead. You're dead to border, which I think is shitty. Um, but another thing that came with the update. Oh, this guy's actually not bad. I probably should have gappled, especially because he's lagging. We gapple now. While I have the chance. I had a feeling it's gonna happen. No one wants to fight each other. Oh, that fucking blows cock. I might be dead here, boys. I'm so sorry. Just know if I died, it's because I had balls and I didn't want to play cleanup. I was actually willing to fight these two idiots. I have no arrows. I need more arrows. And I need help. Like, they didn't want to fight each other for the longest time, so I kept fighting them one at a time. Ah, fuck. This guy's not bad at the game. I think I'm better. Good thing I'm so much better. That combo was so clutch at the end. He kept going blow for blow with me. Like, he would get one hit, I would get one hit. He would get one hit, I would get one hit. Neither of us could hit a combo until the end, where I got 4 in a row. Thank God I needed that 4-hit combo. Alright. Jesus. That was toughy. That was a tough game. You're a god gamer. What's the towel for? I have fear. What towel? Am I going crazy? See, I thought maybe you saw like a towel in the background. Because sometimes my wife and I will like dry our clothes in the background. And I usually remember to take them down before the stream. Because like our dryer is very cheap and very old. So like we'll do like a drying cycle and it'll dry the clothes like 90% of the way, but they're still just a little soggy. And instead of wasting the electricity and thus wasting the money to run another drying cycle, we'll just like hang them up. But we hang them up like because I stream out of my bedroom in the background. And sometimes before I go live, I have to take the clothesline down. What towel are you talking about? I feel like I'm being gaslit. Happy. Oh, it's because Hollow Man said a towel. What the fuck? What are we bringing a towel to? I'm being punked. To remove the sweat? Oh, okay. God damn it. That makes so much more sense, bro. I thought I was being trolled. Also, Zach, I just read your message because again, I love reading chats out of order. Um, you were inquiring when I'm available to play Soulframe, I'm assuming, together. Yeah, so now that I'm feeling less sick, I'd be down to play relatively soon. Um, so how exactly, you might have to explain to me in the chat how exactly this beta is working. Like, how much of the game has been released so far in beta? Like, how much content is there? Yeah. Anyways, sorry. Going back to the game show because we started talking about that and then I got distracted. Dude, I'm just talking about 5 topics at once tonight. We're having a fun time. Oh god. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Uh Going back to the game show. I'm leaning towards a game show that would be much more heavily competition based. That way it's palatable on stream and people are less likely to be able to like cheat to win. Or if they do cheat, it's easier for us to figure that out and ban them accordingly. What is this place? Weird little underground parking lot. Ooh. I don't even think I need to bow spam you. Like, you have way better stuff than I do, but you're just bad at the game, so I don't need to bow spam. Normally, I would bow spam someone in that situation because they had better stuff than I did. But I could just see it in his eyes that he was a weak man. I could just tell. Yeah, so I'm leaning towards a game show that will host on live stream. I want it to, like I said, the most important thing to me is I want it to be palatable and viewable in one stream. I don't want to host like a game show similar to the ones I've played online where they last multiple days. And while that's fun and you can have way more players that way, for example, not Minecraft. I almost said Minecraft because I technically have played a Minecraft Survivor, but that was a long, long time ago and kind of cringy. We don't need to talk about that. Um, for those of you who don't know, I did play online versions of the game show Survivor back in 2023 and 2024. And those were like, they felt like real game shows. Like, sure, while they were not as popular as a TV game show, they were hosted online, live streamed, uploaded to YouTube. There were 20 players one season, 21 players another season. And coincidentally, both seasons I made it to the end. So one season lasted 40 days for me. The other season lasted 38 days. So that was 38 and 40 days of my life that I'm just playing Survivor online, talking with people in a Discord server, doing like challenges online, winning immunities, strategizing, and trying to like form alliances with people, lie to people, gaslight them into not voting for me. Which I know we talk a lot about Survivor in this chat, specifically when Hollow Man's in the chat, because him and I are both savants and we do love a good Survivor chat. Now that I think about it, have I ever really talked about my online Survivor days with you, Hollow Man? I don't know if I have, which is crazy if I haven't. I don't know. But anyways, like I've played Survivor online, and because those game shows had a lot more people and they lasted a lot longer, they felt more real, but we don't have the time for something like that as much as I would love to. Like, I don't have the ability. host a game show over the course of 40 days on my live stream. So, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Also, those survivors were a lot of fun, especially because I did make it to the end, and therefore I got money for making it to the end. So it felt worth it. But what I'm thinking about doing is making a game show that's more competition based. That way we can get people eliminated at kind of a quicker rate and have the live stream done in one day. So yeah, I've been planning it out a lot. I don't want to spoil too much, but I do think the format I'm leaning towards would work out really well. I've already messaged a couple people in this chat about it, Zach and brother Brandon specifically, so they know a little bit, mostly because I was looking towards them as possible moderation help and cameraman help. I do want a cameraman just so the video quality is a little bit better. This map is... Oh, I'm being attacked! Fuck! See, it's a little rude when you try to ram me in the ass. But I'm down to play. I have no healing, though, because I have no food. So I'm going to be stuck at 8 hearts now until this fight's over. He does have food, so he's healing. Okay, his flint and steel broke. Dummy. You backstabbed me. And somehow, some way, you ended up running away. You were the one that had to tuck and run for cover. Loser. I did not mean to throw that out, but whatever. He had, like, no food. Oh, no. Fine. Oh, wait. He did have food. I ate it. But now I have no more food. That is kind of sad. Because these cookies have no saturation. Let's go back to middle. I tried watching the new season of Australian Survivor and David's voice is irritating me. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of David. I do like the new season. I just don't really like David. So there's a solid chunk of content. Even if you only... Sorry, hiccups. There's a solid chunk of content even if you only do quests. The actual grinding of the game. I'm quite entertained. I'll join you to teach you the game. I would be down. Like I said, I'm still a little sick, so I probably won't be online like a fuck ton these upcoming days. But as I slowly start to feel better, which I am slowly starting to feel better, I'll probably be online more and more. I need to be quick here because people are definitely going to start getting pushed into the middle of the map, yeah, as the border closes in. Oh, you have a bow too. That's so cute. No, don't bow me. You're so sexy. Oh, wow, this guy's not bad. Wow, he's actually good. Oh, fuck. No! I got the glitch. Damn. That sucks. For those of you who don't know, we were just explaining the new update and some of the things that were good about the new update, and I was also explaining some of the things that are bad about the new update. Part of the new update with this server, and I don't know how they haven't fixed it yet, is you can get stuck in a bow. If you pull a bow back, it'll just stun lock you in that bow. And I know it's not my mouse, because when it happened the first time, I went and like double checked that my mouse wasn't, you know, getting stuck or double clicking, and it's not my mouse. Because, one, I'm using a relatively new mouse, and also my mouse doesn't double click in any other game or any other application. So yeah, if you saw there, let me just leave the server for a second so I can explain it visually. Sounds kinky. Let's just go to like a random server. Random save file, I mean. So I don't know how they added this glitch to. I don't know how this glitch is even something that happens. I don't know if it's a plugin they're using or what. But as you saw there, I pulled the bow back and missed one of my shots. I did not pull the bow back again. But and it's happened a couple times, both on and off stream since this new update. But if you pull the bow back, shoot, the game, the server, will then start to pull the bow back again. And even if you're clicking, not clicking, doesn't matter, you cannot get out of that animation. So, for example, I shot an arrow, I was not touching my mouse. Even though I was not clicking my mouse, it started pulling the bow back again. And even if I did click my mouse to try to like cancel it, you can't cancel it. The only way to cancel out of that animation is to scroll to a different item in your hotbar and then scroll back. So in the middle of that final fight, I basically got fucked over by this new glitch that exists on the server where you shoot an arrow and then the server immediately starts shooting another arrow, or at least the animation. But the problem is it will never shoot the arrow. Whether you click, unclick, double click, doesn't matter. It will not shoot another arrow. You're just stuck in that animation. You're stuck looking at a bow that has been drawn, but you cannot fire, which is so annoying. It's like, it's the literal definition of gaslighting, which sucks. Such a bummer that just happened during the final fight. And like I said, I know it's not my mouse because I've tested it with the like keyboard and mouse tester application. My mouse is not double clicking. It has happened in no other video games. It's not happened when I'm just like scrolling online. And it hasn't happened in Minecraft on any other server or any other single player file that I'm playing. It only happens on Lifeboat since the new update. I think something on that server is just glitched or broken since the new update, and it's fucking annoying. You could also put a considerable delay on your live stream to prevent cheating stuff. That is true. That is true. I've considered that. I do think it would be a bit of a bummer to watch a delayed live stream though, which is why I'm leaning away from doing like a survivor type game and just leaning more into a competition type game. So people don't have to watch delayed stream, but it can still be a fair game for people to play. But yeah, I would definitely down to be playing some Soulframe soon, Zach. Even though it's an alpha, like I expect Soulframe to be glitchy in alpha. I anticipate that. Anyways, sorry for leaving the server, but I wanted to show you all what I meant because it is a new glitch and it's a really annoying one. And I mean, you guys kind of saw it because you get stuck in that animation. You also can't like run. So I was stuck in place as well, which is really annoying. Because whenever you have a bow drawn back in Minecraft, your running speed is considerably slower, and your crouching speed is basically nothing. So the glitch is kind of it screws you over twofold. You can't fight back because you can't shoot an arrow. You're just stuck in an animation that will never fire that arrow, and you can't move. The only way to get out of it is to scroll to something else in your hotbar. But, anyways, they've got a plugin designed specifically to screw people over at random. I played Survivor in Roblox once, came in fourth place, failed twin immunity, and was considered the biggest threat. Um, Yeah. Especially if you used an idol at Final Five. I wouldn't want you in the Final Three either. Have I talked about my online Survivor days with you? Like, have we talked about online Survivor, Hollow Man? I feel like I asked that question, but I want to know the answer before I jump back into a server, because if not, there's something I wanted to show you, or just show the entire chat before we jump back into like another survival games or something. I don't think so. Oh, dude, yeah, okay. I won't get too into it because I don't want to bore people, especially because we just talked about it in a recent stream. So some of the people here have already heard the rant. They've already heard the story. But back in 2023 and 2024, I played two versions of Online Survivor. One of which had 21 people, one of which had 20 people. I got to the end in both of them. Both were final twos. So I got to the final two in both. And I lost both. Um, and I think it's partially because I very much so had an attitude where I was not there to win a million hearts. I was there to break a million hearts. I did not give a fuck about making friends. I did not give a fuck about being honest and honorable. I was there to lie. I was there to backstab you. I was there to vote you out. And I did that to pretty much everyone. Now, oh my gosh, sorry. I'm still sick. That cough came out of nowhere, or else I would have muted. Um, one of the seasons I lost, I I'm not upset about. It was the first season I played. So you were cosplaying as Russell Hantz. I was cosplaying as like basically a Russell Hantz type character, except I never was like personally rude to anyone. I never made it personal. It was always game, which is something that some of those other players can't say the same about. Like some of the people in the online survivor community are so petty, so immature, and it's the reason I have not played another one after my first two. I've only played two for a reason. Because I had people in that space who were like making fun of the way I looked. I had one girl at Final Tribal Council, one of the people on the jury, call me a pathetic white man. Um, and she wasn't even one of the ones that I really lied to. She lied to me more than I lied to her. Um, yeah. And what was crazy is like you would think if people were getting this butthurt and this petty that we were playing for like thousands of dollars. No. The winner got 150. I got $50 for a runner up. You guys are lying and being lied to in Survivor? I know, it's crazy. Yeah, like these people were so upset that they lost out on 150 bucks that like I had people literally making fun of my physical appearance. Um if you're that desperate for 150 bucks, just pick up some overtime, honey. Go work a shift. You don't got to make fun of me. So I really don't feel bad about playing a Russell Hantz character because I didn't make things personal and other people did. So for that reason, I'll happily stab you in the back if you're going to be an asshole. Um, but the first season I played, I don't feel bad that I lost. I'm not like upset about it because I actually got to the end with my final two, and we had a strategy where we kept our final two secret the entire season. And one of the ways we did that is by having fake final twos. So I had a fake final two, she had a fake final two, and we never really associated with each other. In fact, like sometimes when people would ask me how I felt about her, I would tell them like I don't really trust her, I don't really want to work with her. So people didn't assume we were a final two. And we even purposefully orchestrated votes here. I think let me pull up the wiki. I feel like if I'm just sitting in Minecraft, it's less entertaining for y'all to watch. Let me give you guys some like actual, you know, physical footage to look at. Oh god, the pop-up ads though are so obnoxious on the wiki. I don't know who the fuck Chris Fleming is, but there's a pop-up ad for him. How do I get rid of this? Okay, cool. Um, cool. Let me open this up on stream. So this was Coast to Coast Survivor season 14. You can see here, runner up, Caleb W. That's me, boys. Um, it had 21 people in it. Lasted 38 days. Down here, that's me. I got second. It was a very weird twist where there were a fuck ton of people moving tribes, which is why you see the colors changing so much. I was on 4 different tribes throughout the season. Um, so yeah, yeah, 38 days. I know that's funny. Um, yeah, so me and Mickey, the person who ended up winning the season, had a secret alliance, secret final two, and it really is crazy how well we work together. Because like we're still best friends to this day, 2 years later. And when I was explaining this game to one of my coworkers who doesn't really know Survivor and doesn't really know how like online Survivor works, I was just kind of bored at work and wanted to rant to them about it. Like they asked me, "How do you trust someone that you don't know and you just met online?" Like the answer is you can't. Like I've played twice with 40 different people and I've never trusted someone completely except for Mickey. It's like we were made to just be besties. Like we work together so well. And because the online survivor community is pretty well knit, there were people who knew each other on the server. Like Gavin, Bo, and Emily all live in New York and go like out and sing karaoke together. Now that kind of made them a threat, which is why they didn't win. And like Seb and Mike are related. So like people literally had pre-existing relationships going into this season and they succeeded less than myself and Mickey because again, I just think like we were predestined, predetermined to just be best friends. We told each other everything. We never backstab each other. We never lied to each other. We just had full faith in each other. And that is something special in a game like this. In a game like Survivor, where you have to vote people out, you have to lie to people, it's so rare to find someone who you've never met before. You just met for the first time on day one and have that type of bond, that type of like fully honest, trusting, truthful relationship with. And like I said, the entire 38 days, we just rocked it out. We had each other's back. And Mickey and I had our own two secret. We had our own two final twos. So Mickey's public final two was Julia. My public final two was Pete, which see here is a pup boy. Um, not my first choice for who I wanted to bring to the end. Uh, especially since learning some of the things about him after the season, especially since after the season he has basically gone scorched earth with me. He's very upset that um I was lying to him the entire time. I can't fully blame him, but at the same time, I basically walked that dog on a leash all the way to final three. I don't think he was going to get to final three without me. So he should thank me for being taken to three. Because without me, he was probably going out at merge, maybe. Um, so yeah, we both had our fake final twos, but we were the real final two, and we really played it well. Walked that dog. Yeah, Pete was a character. I don't know, Zach. You're the expert. You tell me. You tell me, Zach. He was a character. So the tribal councils would be hosted on Zoom again because it was an online survivor. He showed up to one tribal council where he was laying on two other men. Now there isn't necessarily like a dress code to tribal council. It's not like a business meeting where you're expected to be professional. But I also was not expecting to show up to a tribal council watching one of my tribe mates, not just one of my tribe mates, my fake final two, being fondled and cuddling with two other men. Again, if I did not drag him to the end, if I did not save him multiple times, there were multiple times he was trying to get voted out. Multiple times people wanted him voted out. If I did not walk him on a leash to the final three, he probably goes out around the merge. He probably gets voted out at around like final 11. Um, Yet he's mad at me because I didn't take him to final two. Okay, Pete. This is the first time I've talked about this so publicly. It's actually kind of freeing because I've kept a lot of these things secret. Like I said, he's been pissed at me for 2 years, and I'm not trying to put this drama on blast, but it is kind of freeing to talk about it on live stream. All I know, Zach, is he called himself a pup boy, so that's what I'm referring to him as a pup boy. But also, and cancel me for this, I don't really give a fuck. What the correct subcategory is. Like, uh, you start to lose me if we get that deep. There's too. We're going too down the iceberg for me. We're going too far down the iceberg for me to care. Let it all out. Walked that dog, LMAO. Anyways, so yeah, Mickey and I were very, very sneaky with some of the things we did. For example, and I'll show you here, there were some tribal councils that we purposefully voted opposite of each other so people didn't think we were working together. At the first merge vote, Mike went out in a 6-4-2 vote. Mickey voted Bo, I voted Mike. So people thought Mickey and I were in two separate alliances. In the second merge vote, Seb went out on a 4-3 vote with the four votes being negated by an idol. Mickey voted Seb, I voted Marvin. My vote was negated by an idol. The thing is, though, I knew my vote was going to be negated by an idol because Mickey and I planned that. Mickey and I knew that Marvin was going to get the most votes. So Mickey told Marvin to play his idol. I knew my vote was being negated the whole time. Like, we ran this game. Um, and there were a lot of fun things we did. Like, this is why I love games like Among Us or just social manipulation games as a whole. Like, dude, there are so many fun votes. At the final nine, we pulled off a 4-3-2 vote. And I feel like a 4-3-2, you almost need like you almost need to go to the drawing board to explain exactly how that works. Because there's, again, so many levels to it. If my Microsoft Paint will open, Jesus Christ. So at Final 9, we had let's use the color. No, wait. At Final 9, we had two people who thought the vote was gonna go towards Bo. And we had convinced those two people to vote for Bo. They thought the vote was going to be everyone on Bo with the Minority 3 alliance voting elsewhere. That Minority 3 alliance put their votes on, who was it again? Why is my taskbar not showing up? That Minority 3 alliance put their votes on Pete. This is what I mean. Pete was literally trying to get voted out at like every tribal. Pete got votes at the merge vote. Pete got votes at this tribal. That pup was trying to get put down every other vote. Sorry. So the Minority 3 voted for Pete. But because the majority had 6 votes at the Final 9, 4 of us in the majority decided to turn on one of our own in this group of 2, and the 4 of us all voted for Aaliyah, meaning at the Final 9, where normally it would take 5 votes to eliminate someone with 9 players, we were able to pull it off and get one of our own alliance members, who was a very big threat. They had the knowledge of powers advantage. They had just played an idol at the last tribal. We were able to blindside one of our own alliance members in a 4-3-2 split at the Final 9. Which is like, that's a masterful play, in my opinion. One of the plays I'm most proud of. Keep 2 of our alliance members in the dark, so their 2 votes go on Bo. The Minority 3 votes for Pete, and then the 4 of us can get someone out with just 4 votes at Final 9. Great play. Love that play. I'm still proud of that play to this day, the 4-3-2 at Final 9. Another really big play we pulled off was at Final 8. At Final 8, it was not a vote to eliminate someone, but everyone had to vote to save someone. And therefore, whoever had the least votes to save would be eliminated. Or if it was a tie, say like 3 people did not get any votes to be saved, they would go to a revote. So what we ended up pulling off at the Final 8, it got a little squirrely because the Minority 3 used to steal a vote. So why don't I just... Can I just erase everything? No. Might be easier this way. So at the Final 3, the Minority group of 3 used to steal a vote. So those 3 all voted to save each other one time, and one of them voted to save each other an extra time. And then our Majority 5, one of us had immunity, so they were safe. They didn't need a vote. And that person that was immune actually was the one who got their vote stolen. So the other 4 of us in our Majority 5 needed to figure out, how do we survive this vote now? Because If we all vote for each other, say we do the same thing, we just do a little circle of protection, it's gonna go to rocks because everyone's gonna have one vote for safety, except for someone over here in the minority three who got 2 votes. They're safe, but everyone else in this game is now tied, and it's probably just gonna go to rocks. So, what we did instead is Mickey and I, my alliance member, had an idol called the Gemini idol. And what the Gemini idol did is it saved 2 people at a tribal council, but you didn't get to pick which 2 people. It just saved the 2 people with the most votes. Or in this case, the 2 people with the least votes. So what we did is we had 2 of our alliance members um, vote for each other, and then Mickey and I voted for them. So they both got 2 votes. So there's 2 votes here, 2 votes here, 2 votes here. Let's pretend this is Caleb. This is Mickey. We use the Gemini idol. Caleb is now immune because I got the least amount of votes. Mickey is now immune because she got the least amount of votes. Our alliance member is now immune because they got 2 votes to save. Our alliance member is now immune because they got 2 votes to save. One of the minority members are now immune because they got 2 votes to save. But that means one of the 2 other minority members are getting voted out because they only have 1 vote to save. I know that's a super complicated round, but it literally is a definition of thinking outside the box. And if you look at the wiki page, that's exactly how it played out. And it was putting a lot of trust in our alliance members. It was putting myself on the line. Like, it could have gone way wrong, and I could have got fucking voted out. But that's exactly how the vote played out. And both Mickey and I got 0 votes to save. And both of us were then immune because we had 0 votes to save. And it went to a revote across 2 of the final 2 members. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about this for a while, and now we're talking about it for like 10 minutes. I'll talk about one more vote from this season, and then I'll talk about 1 vote from my other season. I don't like talking about my other season because I low key think I deserve to win my other season. I don't think I really deserve to win this season because Mickey and I basically played the same game, and she was liked way more by the jury than I was. I do think I had some elements to my game that were better. For example, in Mickey's fake final 2 with Julia, Julia was like the biggest threat. In this series, the series was called Coast to Coast. This was season 14 of Coast to Coast. Julia was a returning player on this season, and not only was she a returning player, she was the first time player to ever return for a 4th season. She was playing her 4th season. She had a huge target on her back. She won a fuck ton of immunities and stuff like that. So Julia had a huge target on her back. So across Julia and Mickey, their final 2 alliance, Julia was kind of a shield for Mickey. Across me and Pete, Pete wasn't doing shit for me. He was not a shield for me. Um, if anything, I was a target and I was a shield for Pete. So I do think that like I had more of a target on my back than Mickey, and I was a bigger threat than Mickey, but she was less hated by the jury because she was a less tumultuous player. I got a lot more blood on my hands, and I again didn't really give a fuck about backstabbing people. But again, I didn't really care as much that I lost this season. My second season that I lost, I actually think I deserve to win. This season, I deserve to lose. My second season, I disagree with the jury. I think that jury was bitter as fuck. I mean, it was the second season where the jury literally called me a pathetic white man. So they definitely weren't thinking about my gameplay. I don't think they cared as much about the moves I made or the blind sides I pulled off. But the last vote I'll talk about in this season was one of the advantages I actually played near perfectly. I had an idol that I played at Final Five because it expired at Final Five. I didn't get any votes. I just saved it all the way to five, which I think honestly is kind of impressive to have the calm, cool, collective nature to not waste an idol. I didn't, get trigger happy and throw my idol away. I literally was able to save it all the way to five, which I think also proves just how much control Mickey and I had and how much we knew where every vote was going. I knew who was going home every single vote because Mickey and I ran this fucking game. But I had my idol at five. I had another advantage that I could save up until the final four, which guaranteed the fact that Mickey and I were going to get to the final three. I had the idol at five to guarantee us final four, and I had a bank vote to get us to final three. The way the bank vote worked in this season, at least, the way it was specifically worded in the rules of the advantage, is you would bank your vote at a tribal, but it would be announced that someone banked their vote. Unlike in regular Survivor, where if you bank your vote in regular Survivor, you can kind of get away with it because it's not announced. So as long as no one notices or like it gets lost in the confusion of all the other votes, people might not notice that a vote went missing. But it was announced that someone banked their vote. Hey, have a nice night. Get some rest. Thank you for the lurk in the YouTube chat, by the way. Um, yeah, so it was announced at this tribal that someone banked their vote. The host of the show didn't say who, so I wasn't outed. But they did say that someone banked their vote. So I banked my vote at the Lawrence vote here, the final vote of the pre-merge, because I knew that it was going to be a fucking unanimous vote. It was 4-1 on Lawrence. If I voted, it would have been 5-1. So I didn't need to vote. And I saved that banked vote the entire game. First off, no one knew it was me. No one suspected that it was me. I got away with that, and I think people really had suspicions elsewhere on other people before me. I was able to push that target off on other people. And I saved that bank vote up until the final four because once Mickey and I got to the final four, that's when people I think finally started to realize that not only were we working together, but Mickey and I were the biggest threats in the game. We had basically controlled the entire game. And they tried to vote us out, but I broke the 2-2 tie with my bank vote. So at the final four, there were actually 5 votes, and Anthony got voted out, which is like chef's kiss. And Mickey and I took Pete to the final three because we knew we could beat him in the end. And I know I've been kind of ragging on Pete because Pete has not been a big fan of me. So maybe it's petty, but I've very clearly not been a big fan of him throughout this conversation. But yeah, we took Pete to the end because we knew we could beat him. And that's not me trying to like be mean. He literally gave up during the final immunity challenge. It was a trivia challenge where you had to guess the day something happened. So think about like Big Brother, where you have to guess what day a veto challenge happened or what day someone got voted out. And Mickey and I were doing a relatively good job. We were pretty close throughout the entire challenge. She ended up beating me by like a couple days. Um, but throughout most of the challenge, we were like neck and neck. Throughout like the first 5 questions, we actually both had a score of 0, meaning we were guessing everything correctly. Like one of the first questions was, what day did Emily quit the game? And both Mickey and I guessed that correctly. It was day 11. because we had both been practicing together. We didn't know exactly what the challenge was going to be. We didn't know like if it was going to be trivia or true or false or like a memory game, but we still studied together and we practiced together because we wanted to take each other to the end. So like Mickey and I were neck and neck throughout the entire challenge. They asked us what day did the Tangled immunity challenge happen, and Mickey and I got it right. He his guess would be off by like 5 days, and therefore, because Pete was falling behind so quickly, he just started giving up. Like halfway through the challenge, they asked what day was the first idol played, and he wrote down the infinity symbol because he gave up. And that just proves my point. That proves my point that Mickey and I took him to the end because we knew we could beat him in the final challenge. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be petty. It's just the truth. And then we went to the end together. And I think it low key was like the perfect season. I do not have any resentment about losing that season. I have no resentment towards Mickey because, like I said, we are like best friends. I think we ran this fucking game. It was 38 days of like perfect Survivor. I'm so proud of it, especially because this is my first time ever playing an online game show. And as a new player, we literally played perfect. Like, one of the things the jury kind of got mad at us about, which I can understand from their perspective, was the fact that after the season, Mickey and I were referring to ourselves as like the best final two in coast to coast history. But I stick by that. I don't care. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna change my opinion, and I'm not gonna try to like make it sound lesser than it is just to appease the jury, just to make them feel, a little bit better about themselves. No, I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat anything. There's been like 20, no, sorry, there's been 19 seasons of Coast to Coast Survivor. They're about to start their 20th season. And I stand by what I said. I think season 14 was the best final two because Mickey and I literally ran this game. We knew who was going home every vote. We controlled every vote. And the two of us didn't make a single mistake. We had this game fully under the palm of our hand, like fucking puppet masters. So, yeah, I don't feel bad. I'm not gonna apologize. Sorry, you got played. But anyways, like I said, that's the last vote I'll talk about for this season. There is one vote I want to show you for my second season though, because it's just funny. It's the final seven vote. Let me find it real quick before I show it off. It's your anniversary. This is a part of your history. It's fine. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for being patient with me and allowing me to talk about Survivor while we take a little break from Minecraft. Um, Give me just one moment. Let me see if I can find the final seven. The other season I played was a Survivor org called Kaleidoscope, and I played on season 7 of Kaleidoscope. And at the final 7 of Kaleidoscope, I was one of the biggest targets left in the game, as well as this girl named Taylor. And I knew that I was getting 3 votes. Taylor knew that she was getting 3 votes. But we did not know where the seventh person was voting. And here's the thing about me, and maybe this is why I upset some jury members. This is maybe why I don't get a lot of love from the jury. Is like, we're on an online game show. Sure, some people are there to make friends and have fun, play Survivor. It's a game show. I'm there for content. Like, I recognize that my role as a contestant is to be good content. I don't think other people leave, or I don't think other people understand that, because some of those people are pretty boring. They don't contribute much to the entertainment value. I care about content, obviously. I mean, I think it helps that I spent years making YouTube videos and live streaming. So, like, I care about content, and therefore, one of the things I did during this final seven vote that pissed off some people in the jury is every time a vote was read for Taylor, I took a sip of tea out of my mug, almost Michaela Bradshaw esque. Is it Michaela Bradshaw? Is that her last name? I know, obviously, her first name's Michaela. I can't remember her last name. But yeah, let's watch. They were Purple Kellys. They literally were. I like I said, I think people were actually getting mad at me because I was trying to be good content and I was trying to be entertaining, and they saw that as me like trying to one up them or like I don't know, like be mean to them. But I never made anything personal. People made things personal to me all the time. That's why I don't play these anymore because I don't know. I did not enjoy being made fun of, having people talk shit about me, having people make fun of the way I looked. That wasn't very nice, and it didn't do positive things for my mental health. It didn't help my mental health. So that's why I don't play these anymore. Like, I never made things personal, but I think people took it as like a personal dig when I tried to be entertaining.
Will have failed to get on board
Okay. Anyways, I went a little too far ahead.
right here in this
What?
book. Right.
Someone meet Susie.
Someone mute Susie.
Okay.
Susie was just singing while the host of the show was trying to read the votes.
So once the votes are read, the decision is final. The passenger with the most votes will have failed to get on board and thus must get off at the next station. But before I do, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol or other relevant advantage that
You can
would
see
like to play,
you can see how over it I am. I'm so done. I'm pissed because I know I'm getting 3 votes. And the final seven's always stressful. I feel like it's stressful in every Survivor season. The final seven's such a pivotal vote, and I know I'm getting 3 votes. So like I'm pissed in this moment.
now would be the time to do so.
I also didn't have an idol at this vote. I literally got an idol the next round. And I saved it until the final 5. I didn't play it at 6.
All right. And with that, I will read the votes. Again, once the votes are read, the decision is final. The passenger with the most votes will have a moment to speak their piece and then must leave the Zoom immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Taylor. 1 vote, Taylor.
Correction, I forgot. I don't take a sip of tea every time Taylor gets voted. I took a sip of tea every time I got a vote. And it was low key because I thought I was getting voted out. So I wanted to take a sip every time I got a vote and then finish my tea when I got voted out.
Taylor. 2 votes, Taylor. Taylor. That's 3 votes, Taylor. Caleb. 3 votes, Taylor. 1 vote, Caleb. Caleb. 3 votes, Taylor. 2 votes, Caleb. Caleb. We are tied. 3 votes, Taylor. 3 votes, Caleb. 1 vote left. Next, passenger who has failed to get on board and has become the 2, 3, 4, 5th member of the jury and must get off at this next station.
I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Is Taylor. Taylor, you may now speak your piece.
I knew it. I had a feeling. I love all of you. Good luck. Caleb has a hidden immunity idol, and so does Tyler. I'm just kidding.
You know what's so funny? I didn't have an idol. It's like the Amanda Kimmel, literally the Amanda Kimmel line. I didn't have it then, but then I got it because I didn't have an idol when she tried to call me out, and then I got the idol the next day at Final Six.
But good luck, guys.
Like, I didn't have the idol then, but like I said, we got the idol, played it at 5, survived the final 5. And then what happened at 4? I don't remember who won immunity at 4, but didn't get voted out at 4, and then I won the final immunity to save myself from getting voted the fuck out. I don't think I would have actually. Okay, I don't think I would have got voted out at 3 if one of the two people won. One of them would have taken me to the end. One of them would have voted me out. But I didn't trust that. I don't trust like that. So I had to win final immunity in my head, and I did. So I think I deserve to win this season. I think I was the biggest threat this season after the final 7. After Taylor went home. And even before Taylor went home, I think I was like the second biggest threat. And the fact that I didn't win, in my opinion, was because of a bitter jury. The first season I played, I deserved to lose. The second season I played, I still have discontent about. It still brings me a little bit of frustration that I lost that season. I'm still a little salty about it because I feel like that jury was just so fucking bitter. Like I said, a lot of the things the jury said and like tried to call me out on was just me trying to be entertaining, funny, good content. Whereas, like, as you saw in that Zoom call, half of the people in the final 7 didn't even have their face cams on, which makes the Zoom call way less entertaining to watch. And it also makes the call look really confusing for anyone who's not, like, understanding of what's going on. Like, anyone who watches that back after the fact who wasn't an avid viewer of the season probably thought that was the final 4 because only 4 of us had our face cams on. But no, that was the final 7. 3 people just didn't have their face cams on because they wanted to be boring, I guess. Like, what? Dog, turn your face cam on. It's Survivor. I want to see your reaction when I blindside you. I want to see you cry. Sorry. My bad. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think people liked that I was trying to be good content. But that's okay. I'd rather be good content and be hated than be boring as fuck. And at the very least, I can take solace in the fact that I never made it personal. You know, other people got very personal. Other people, in my opinion, went way too far, like the people that made fun of the way I looked, or the people that, like... There was one person who literally tried to comment on my relationship and tried to say that my wife and I need to go to therapy because of the way that I'm so willing to lie to others. You're a fucking insane person. You have mental troubles. You're a dumbass. If you think I play Survivor the way I play my marriage, you're a crackhead. So yeah, like, the fact that people were willing to comment on my marriage and comment on the way I looked, in my opinion, is too far. But I'm the bad guy because I wanted to take a sip of tea when someone got voted out. Go fuck yourself. How about that? How about you go fuck yourself? Sorry. Maybe I'm being a little too mean. Maybe I'm taking things a little too far. But also, and this is just a suggestion, I'm not you know, not asking, I'm not forcing, but you could go fuck yourself. It is a thought. Come on, I have 1 health. Just finish me off. I had 1 health. Buddy, I had no armor. You had full armor. I had 1 health. Just, man. What a shame. What a shame. What a poor guy. That's crazy. No, I know. I don't know why I didn't bring that up first, actually. That should have been one of the first things we talked about when I mentioned Online Survivor, and also why I don't play Online Survivor anymore. Now, that is one of the most crazy things that happened, and one of the like most concrete reasons why I don't play anymore is because some dude literally tried to imply that I need to go to therapy with my wife because of the way I played an Online Survivor. Mind you, this guy would show up to like every tribal council drunk as fuck. He literally fucked up one of the votes. I was begrudgingly in an alliance with this man, and as one of my alliance members, he literally fucked up a vote and accidentally got one of our own alliance members voted out because we were trying to do a split vote, and he voted the wrong way. So one of our own alliance members got voted out because of him. And to this day, I'm convinced he fucked it up, and not on purpose, not to be like a smart player, but because he was so drunk, he just didn't know which way he was supposed to vote. He just, you know, couldn't cognitively figure that out. But you don't see me telling him to go to like Alcoholics Anonymous, you know? But he has the fucking gall. He has the gusto to try to tell me that my wife and I need to go to therapy. But once again, you know, I have since removed myself from that situation. I'm no longer playing Online Survivor. And my suggestion to him, the guy that said that my wife and I need to go to therapy, is, and again, it's a suggestion. I'm not, you know, never going to tell someone how to live their life. I'm just going to try to give you some words of wisdom. Go fuck yourself. That's all. Just some words of wisdom. 27 years of wisdom as a man who has lived a very diverse life. And sure, I might only be 27 years old. That's a man. Speaking of go fuck yourself, how about you go fuck yourself? Wow, what a terrible game you have played. What a terrible player you are. I heard someone die over this way, so I want to see if I can find that individual. Oh, hi, you're in the trees. He's in the walls. Come on, buddy, you're boring as fuck. Oh, fuck. Okay, I might have to give up this fight. He died in the zone. Oh, that's a bummer. I wanted his diamond armor. But it's okay. At least he's dead. You know what sucks, though? I don't get credit for that kill, even though I did do damage to him. That's another thing I wish they would update. Speaking of things I don't like about this update and things I wish they would change, I don't get credit for someone that I did damage to, but then runs into the border. I don't get that kill. The border gets that kill. I disagree. I actually disagree with that. Anyways. You want to fill your cup with their tears and then drink it. Yeah. And again, like, I'm not trying to say that I'm a perfect Survivor player. Like, I could definitely have a bit of a better social game. And I definitely am maybe a little bit too much of like a game bot. I think too much like a strategist, and I think way too little like a social player. And therefore, I put too little stock into my social game. I should care more about my social game and my relationships with people. It's almost like a Spencer Bledsoe type of personality, except unlike Spencer Bledsoe, I'm good at Survivor. I know how to pull off a good blindside, and I didn't go crazy and move to the fucking third world. What the fuck is this guy's movement? He's breaking my brain. He's traumatizing me. He's trauma dumping on me. I'm trauma dumping all over the place. Oh fuck, I lost. Damn. That guy was actually really good at the game. His movement was like so good. I couldn't figure out how to attack him. He was just bobbing and weaving. Yeah. Imagine playing a game about lying and then being surprised people who are good at lying also play. Like, that it's so funny to me. I don't know if people thought we were like here to sing Kumbaya and be besties, but no, I'm here to stab you in the back and slash your throat. Sorry, not sorry. So he pulled a Kara in Brains versus Bronze AU. Pretty much. I messed up. I think I just run at this point. Oh, no. I got such a... Dude, I got such a terrible spawn. Oh, I might be dead. Dude, I got a really bad spawn. We might be cooked, boys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my brothers. I kind of threw. I'm throwing for content. Okay, terrible weapon. Actual terrible weapon. I need anything better. That's better. That's definitely better. I think we loot the outskirts of the map first before the border forces us to go back inside. There's not a lot of loot in this map to begin with, though. Yeah, see, the border's already pushing us in. So we might as well get some of these chests on the outside before the border, you know, kind of removes these chests from play. Okay, okay. Got a cookie. Single cookie. Oh, there's actually some chests here. Not terrible. I need food. One thing I hate, dude, I'm getting really annoyed with this new update, is I feel like there's no food in this new update of Hunger Games. God, I've hit you once with a bow and you're running away. My brother. I'm asking for a friend. And we grow up a little bit. Oh, the knockback I did to him has pushed him so far away from me. Good thing you suck at parkour. Oh my god, he had 17 apples! Bro's Johnny Appleseed in the flesh. That's crazy. He had such better loot than me, but he was playing so scared. You need to have more confidence in yourself, brother. More confidence. I just want to go back to mid. I'm bored. I sneezed and heard my neck crack. I'm so sorry, brother. That's the problem. You need a mix of social and strategy. Most people have one or the other. Yeah, and I was mostly strategy. I can admit that. But it's also, again, I can admit my faults, but also I don't want to be too hard on myself because it's difficult to have a social game when people are like making fun of the way you look and telling you that you need to go to like marriage therapy. Like, what the fuck? I didn't actually see this guy. That's crazy. I'm blind. Ow, I'm deaf, dumb, and blind. I can't believe I didn't see him. Like, some of those people just had it out for me and played the game way too personally, in my opinion. They took things way too personally. Like, the second you voted against them, not even against them, but you just weren't on the same side of a vote as them, they were gonna, hate you for the rest of the game. It felt very much so like, especially the second season I played, it felt very much so like a Big Brother type of game where you almost had two sides of the game, like two sides of the house. And if you betrayed one side of the house, they hated you. If you betrayed the other side of the house, they hated you. And I betrayed both of them because I'm actually playing the game. I'm not trying to like play Big Brother where I have to fall into one alliance or the other alliance. I'm not trying to like play house. So I don't know. Well, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll leave a lurk. Loved hearing about your Survivor adventures. Thank you, Hollow Man. I knew you would appreciate it because we talk about Survivor a lot, the two of us. And I'm surprised neither of us have ever discussed this before. Because, like I said, I've talked about my time playing Online Survivor on stream. I watched that Tribal Council that we just watched, the Final 7 one, as recently as like a month ago. But I guess you weren't in the chat for that, which is surprising. Because I feel like I wouldn't have watched that unless someone provoked it. Ow. Ow, whoa, whoa, whoa. That one gave me a haircut. Oh, okay, this guy's actually annoying me. Oh my god, stop. Keep accidentally clicking the crafting table. This guy's not bad at the video game. Where are his arrows going? Because I want them. I would like to eat some of his arrows. Even if it means I have to give up the position in the middle of the map. Nah, let's just heal. Let's just play time. The border's gonna have to push him into me. This guy's pretty good at bow and arrow. So I'd kind of prefer to melee him. Not gonna lie. Dang. I feel like I'm missing so many shots. Which is not good. Where? Oh, he's the last one. The other guy died to border. At least I'm assuming, because he didn't die to me. He didn't die to that guy. He had to have died to PvE. Buddy, you gotta come to me. That border's right behind you. Dang, that was a wasted arrow. That was too obvious of a shot. I want my hunger bar to go down by at least half so I can eat this pork chop and get the saturation from pork. Because right now I'm on apple saturation, which is not good. I have a feeling the apple saturation is going to go away the second I need healing. Oh, he's an enchanted sword. That's not good. Thank God. His sword was doing 2 hearts a hit. That could have been bad. I'm surprised he wanted to fight with a bow and arrow. Because, you know, I wasn't hitting many shots with the bow. I was playing pretty bad. But so was he. He was missing lots of shots. And he had an enchanted diamond sword. Why not just melee me? Well, I guess we figured out the answer to that question, actually, because he also sucked with melee. But what a weird dude. I felt like I was playing so terribly that game, and he just kind of let me win. Anyways. I think to end the stream, since we've been playing survival games this entire time, we'll switch over to, like, One in the Chamber. I'll play a little bit of One in the Chamber, just to close out the stream tonight. Yeah. I would love to go to marriage counseling with you, Zach. If I was on Survivor, I fear I'd misunderstand the assignment. Build a huge, I don't even know how to say that. I'm assuming that's a hut, like a shelter, and become like the New York Times bestselling book, The Hatchet. You just become Christopher McCandless, living in the fucking Alaskan wilderness. Dang it, I always mess that jump up because I'm impatient and I try to skip it. God dang it. We gotta start over. There's no one playing One in the Chamber right now. Though I guess it is also midnight. I hate Windows 11 so much. I can't get my taskbar to appear. Oh my god, it's 1 a.m. When do we lose an hour? Is it at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m.? Like, am I about to see it skip 1 a.m. and go straight to 2 a.m.? Or at 2 a.m. does it skip 2 a.m. and go straight to 3 a.m.? Because I know we're about to lose an hour, which sucks. The only reason I'm up this late is, like I said, I worked my 10-hour shift today, came home, was so tired that I took a nap, and instead of taking like a 1-hour nap, 2-hour nap, and then going live, I took a 5-hour nap. Woke up at like 10:30 p.m. and then went live, which was way, way later than I had intended. But also, that's so on brand for me. Like, considering this is an anniversary stream, it would only be fitting. It would only be right if I started the stream late, because that's how 95% of my streams start anyways. Yeah. Dude, no one is playing One in the Chamber. How many people do we need to start the game? I think 1 more. You need 4 people to start a game. We're just waiting on 1 more. There. No, it's not 4? Is it 5? God dang. What map do I want? Anything other than Subway 2. That map is god awful. So is Coliseum. That map's terrible. Medieval's a little boring, but it is perfect for this game mode. It's perfect for this minigame. Medieval is the perfect map for One in the Chamber specifically. But yeah. Like I said, I know I talked about a lot of drama today, and I normally try to not talk about drama on my stream, and I try to not start drama with other people. And I think I'm actually pretty good at that. Like, I'm pretty good at not naming names when someone has a problem with me. For example, like back in the day, there was a streamer that accused me of reporting them and getting them banned on Twitch. Fun fact, I did not do that. But like, I've never named them or addressed them because I just don't want beef. But it was very freeing to talk about Survivor today because after sitting on it for like 2 years, because like I said, I played back in 2023. Stumbling over my words. I played Survivor back in 2023 and 2024, and having to deal with people make fun of me, talk badly about the way I look, comment on my marriage, which they have no place to speak on, in my opinion. After having people speak about me that way, while I still probably shouldn't talk about drama and I shouldn't bring people up by name, and I probably shouldn't joke about walking a pup boy on a leash, I don't care, because it is very freeing to just get it off my chest after having to deal with that for like 2 years and having that sit in the back of my mind for 2 years. And also, you know, I feel how do I word this? Well, I won't speak for you, Zach, but I remember there was something you said back when I was first playing that season, back when this like all went down. That was very funny. But I don't want to speak for you, so I'm not going to repeat it. Unless you want to speak on it. Excuse me. Alright, we finally got a game going of One in the Chamber. I just remember you said it on Discord when we were talking about it. Oh my god. I don't remember messaging me on Discord. Oh, I mean, I can generalize to try to jog your memory. It was about the pup community. You made a joke about it. Which I just thought was very funny. It might actually still be in our Discord logs, low-key. But also, this was like almost 3 years ago now, so that might be a little bit too far back to pull up. Oh, Stephen Jones. I feel laggy. Why do I feel like I'm lagging? Hi, Stephen Jones. Give me 1 sec, Stephen Jones. Settings. Video. I hear someone. Oh, no. I took my first death because I was trying to fix the lag. Alright, I at least feel less laggy now. Ow, oh my god, what a great shot actually from that guy. Terrible shot from me. I'm terrible at the video game. I shouldn't play the game ever again. Oh, okay, I got both of them somehow. Oh wait, I actually should focus up here. I should lock in. I'm only winning by 1 kill. Okay, we're on a tear. We're on a generational run. Beautiful. Now we're in the lead by 7 kills. Oh, wow, what a great 180. I'll give props. Listen, I'll give credit when credit's due. That guy hit a nutty 180 shot on me. Yeah, like I said, I don't remember the... Oh my god, I'm being fucked! I got ping-ponged between both of them. Why did I try to go for that? What a bad shot. I'm fully lost, brother. No, you're good. Like I said, I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to bring up the joke if you didn't feel the same way, because, you know, it has been 3 years. And I didn't know if your opinion had changed, but you made a joke about the pup community in reference to the furry community. Do you want me to just say it, and then you can confirm if you still feel the same way? Or do you not want me to? Again, I never want to put words in someone's mouth. But it made me feel less bad in the moment. Like, when I was going through the bullshit of people, like, you know, being not so nice to me, you saying that made me feel a lot better. Yeah, say it. You basically said that the pup community is kind of like the kind of like the degenerate subculture of the furry community. And that made me feel less bad about being basically made fun of and treated not so nicely by one of them. Oh fuck, stop. God damn it. They kept spawning right next to me. Like 3 people spawned within 5 blocks of me. It's terrifying. It's like a jump scare. This guy's got moves. He's juking. Oh wow, he's actually pretty good at the game. No wonder he's in 2nd place. No wonder, brother. Whoa, dang. I was being too indecisive. I saw 2 people on my screen. I didn't know which one to kill. And I should have just made up my mind. Dude, this guy in 2nd place is not bad at the game. That's a good shot to hit. That was quick reaction time on him. Where are you going? Why did you... He did like a little 360. Okay, you can't do a 360 and then die to me. You need to land the shot. If you're going to try to 360 me, kill me. What are we doing, brother? Alright, cool. 40 and 14, not a terrible KD. Not a terrible KD. 2nd place, honestly, even though they were behind me by 14 kills, I think they were actually really good at the game. I want to give them props. They were very good at the game. I think they would have maybe played a little bit better if they were just faster. Like, with this game mode, you have to hunt people down, and you have to actively seek out kills to get your kill count up. And from what I could tell, they weren't really hunting people down. They were playing pretty stagnant, but they were very good at the game. Their aim was crisp. I don't usually hype a lot of people up in Minecraft Bedrock, because a lot of these players are blind, deaf, and dumb. But that guy was pretty good. Ah, I see. I only actually know one individual with a pup hood persona, but I unfortunately now know of deeper degeneracy and wouldn't use any sweeping generalization. Boring. Sorry. I'm joking. I love generalizing. What do you mean? I'm half joking. Mostly joking. Sorry, I'm mostly joking. I don't generalize oftentimes, but there are... I can't think of a nicer word than stereotypes, but there are, like, stereotypes that are oftentimes proven true by a loud majority. And that's not to say that there isn't a silent minority that disproves them, but they are silent, and therefore not doing a very good job of disproving them. I'll give you an example of a generalization and a stereotype that I believe in. And it's that Smash players don't take showers. I've been to many Smash tournaments. I went to a lot of them when I was in college, because my college would host Smash tournaments. I've never smelt a room more foul than that. So while I'm mostly joking, I do dabble in generalizations. I'll admit. And it's usually from lived, proven experiences. Yeah. No, I agree. with the second half of your statement as well. Like, the pup masks are almost on like an uncanny level that it makes me way more uncomfortable. Like, fursuits make me less uncomfortable because I had to deal with them a lot working at Hershey Park. So eventually it just became something that I, you know, saw more and more and more. And also, like, some of them are kind of cool. Some of them look like shit when it's just kind of like a onesie. But, like, I'll admit, like, some of them can be cool if you look at it from a cosplay perspective. It's still not for me, but I do like a good cosplay, and I do fuck with it in that regard. Like, I respect it heavy because it's a lot of fucking work. Like, so it makes me less uncomfortable because it's like a good costume. And it's not like very reminiscent of actual human kind of, I can't think of the word. Oh my god, I'm blanking. Anatomy. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word anatomy. There's something about pup masks that are almost uncanny that make me very uncomfortable. It's very uncanny and I do not like. I'm someone, though, who gets so creeped out by, like, any semblance of, like, Uncanny Valley. And pup masks fit that description to a T. It's like, you look human, but you're not. And I don't like that. There's like something primal in my brain. Something, like, ancestral. Almost like a... Why can't I not think of the word? Oh my god, this map is so bad because of all the fucking fences. How do I get out of here? Wow, he jumped over my shot. That was impressive. Yeah, something like primal, ancestral about it. Oh my god. Can't believe I killed that guy. I don't know who designed this map, but it's actual ass. Fun fact. Wow, I'm on one right now. I'm locked the fuck in. Still somehow only winning by 3 kills, though. Alright, I'm gonna run away for a sec. I missed. Don't give me my kill. All you gotta do is run away for a little bit, drag them in like a straight line, and then you get a free kill if you just do a 180. It's such a easy strategy. I'll try to show you guys again. I mean, it's pretty obvious what I'm saying, but like, if you ever are getting attacked like that, let's say I need to kill this guy. Okay. Dang it. Well, now it's not happening. The second I wanted to show you a perfect example of what I was talking about, it's not happening. Okay. So let's say this guy's chasing me. I need to get away from him. Just start running in a straight line. 180. And... Oh, no way! I suck! Dude, that's like the streamer curse. The second you try to teach a lesson or show an example of something on stream, it doesn't happen. It's a literal, like, streamer curse. God damn it. Oh, what a shot, brother. What a shot. Alright, I have to do this now. I'm so stubborn, and it's gonna bother me if I don't do this. Let me find someone that I can gaslight. Let me find someone that I can fuck with. Can I fuck with you? Okay, no, you were... Okay. Let's chase this guy down. Turn around. 180. That's what I was trying to do. If someone's ever chasing you, or like they miss your shot, you miss your shot, and they're chasing, just run in a straight line. So they're chasing you in a straight line. Turn around, 180 them. And you get a free, easy, straight shot. That's all I was trying to say, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't actually pull it off in the moment. I fell to the pressure. you know, the lights were too bright for me. I'm just not able to perform in the big game during the big moment. Anyways, I forgot to take my blue chew today. That's why I'm not able to perform. Let's make sure we win this game. Ow, you harlot. Thank you. Do you mean mascot costumes? I don't know the difference. Dog. As I said earlier, I have like a surface level knowledge. I am very, very not knowledgeable when it comes to the deeper levels of the iceberg. Were there specific fursuits that were allowed to suit at Hershey Park? There were not really many restrictions for fursuits at the amusement park. Like, you could get into the amusement park with some pretty crazy, like, elaborate fursuits. Security probably had to do some more thorough checks, but yeah. Now, you couldn't ride a lot of things with that. Like, dude, oh my god. Speaking of some cringy stories I have from the amusement park, I had one fursuiter almost stripped down because I was working at the log flume and they didn't want to get their fursuit wet. Understandably. Like, I wouldn't want to either. Those things are expensive. Like, if I invested that much money into something, I'm trying to think of something like I own that could compare. Because I don't, you know, obviously have a fursuit. I'm broke and not a furry, but maybe in another life. You know, I've made this joke before on stream. I don't think I could be, but I could get down. Just say it. Listen. You know, something about playing Pokemon since childhood, 20 years, Pokemon, I think that fucks your brain up. It either gives you an affiliation towards autism or an affiliation towards furries. I got a little bit of both. I'm not fully either way. Because like I said, I'm not fully autistic. And I'm not fully a furry. Like, I wouldn't be a furry. But I could see myself getting with, like, a deer girl. Grabbing her by the antlers. Oh, wait, that's a man. Shit, I'm down either way. Fuck. Let's get in another game before I say anything stupid. But no, yeah, like, sorry. There's this one furry that came into the amusement park I worked at. Literally tried to, like, strip down and take their fursuit off at the log flume because they didn't want to get it wet. And I'm like, dog, this is a family amusement park. Can we not be naked here in front of children? What the fuck are we doing? Like, I get it. You know, I'm trying to compare it to something I own that is worth a lot of money. Like, my computer is worth thousands of dollars, a couple thousand. And I wouldn't want to take my, like, $2,000 computer on a log flume either, because I don't want to get that wet. But I also don't willingly get in line for a log flume with my $2,000 computer in my hands. So why the fuck did you get in line for a log flume with a fursuit wrapped around your body? And then think it was okay to strip down? What are we doing? That, I will never forget that. I have so many crazy stories from the log flume, not only because it was the ride I worked the most, but also because I swear to God, people just did not know how to act at the log flume. People had no clue how to just be a normal human at the log flume. I had a woman come up to the log flume, and this specifically was a ride that had no seatbelt, no lap bar. You just held on to a little handle. So I'm going to repeat. No seatbelt, no lap bar. There's no restraint at all. And I had a woman come up one time with her service animal and ask me if her service dog could ride the log flume. Motherfucker, what? That guy got fucking destroyed, by the way. I just annihilated that man. No, ma'am. Your dog cannot ride the log flume. Are you insane? Like, fun fact, female reindeer have antlers. You're speaking my language, Zach. If I wasn't married, and if I was a furry, I know what I would be into, and that's a female reindeer. Ow, he stabbed me. See, but I think, okay, if I could just speak honestly for a second, though, I think my problem sometimes with some of the things I have seen from the interactions I've had, like at Hershey Park when I worked there, is oftentimes I don't know I don't know the subcultures, I don't know the names for the subcultures. Oftentimes people will pick like really sexualized fursuits. I don't know what that's called, if there is a name for it. We had one girl come in that had a fursuit that literally was designed to have the biggest tits possible, I'm convinced. Like, is there a name for that? I know it's a fetish. There's no way you're doing that platonically. So obviously it's a fetish, but I don't know if there's like a name for that subculture. But like, I don't remember what animal it was. I don't remember if it was like a cow or something like that. But literally, I'm talking like cartoonish anime sized tits. I don't think I can get down with that. That made me uncomfortable because I'm just trying to work my job, not be flashed by fucking tits the size of a fucking 2-gallon jug of Canadian bagged milk. What the fuck? There's two of you in this corner? Okay, well that guy just respawns. They were playing 7 minutes in heaven in that corner. What the fuck is going on? Why is everyone running into the sex corner? Oh, he had an arrow. I didn't think he had an arrow, so I thought I could turn around, shoot the guy behind me, and then finish him off. I almost guarantee it was a horse. And I've met them. It's 100% a meme. I'm not... Okay. I want to clarify before I respond, because I don't want to respond in a way that makes it sound argumentative. Because I realize I'm a very blunt person. So sometimes when I say things, people think that like I'm arguing or disagreeing or just being a little shit. I'm not trying to be that way. But what I will say is if it is a meme, I don't like. I don't know if I like that meme. Because it made me very uncomfortable at work. $38-4, by the way. What a fucking KD. 38. Funny to begin with. 38-4. Second place, 10-14. I was the only person with a positive KD that game. What a match. What a match. Wow. Dang. Not bad. I don't even know what that comes out to. That is a 9.5 KD. Crazy. I don't think we can top that. That's the best game we played tonight. I might end the stream on that, but I won't end the stream right away. We can hang out for a little bit, talk for a little bit. But I don't know if I'm going to play another game, because I don't think we can beat that. That was a crazy game. Wait, do you actually know this person? I mean, I can't guarantee for sure if it was them, and it was like a couple years ago, so my memory's not good enough where even if I saw a picture, I'd be able to confirm or not. Like, yeah, even with a picture, I can't promise you I'd be able to, like, say yes or no. I wouldn't be able to give a concrete police lineup answer. But, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And, listen, I'm not trying to be a prude. I'm not trying to, like, be super judgy. Because I've forever had the opinion that, like, as long as you're not hurting others, I don't give a fuck what you do. But it's no different than the time there was a woman at my ride who literally was wearing a mesh shirt with no bra underneath, so you could quite literally see the areola, the nipple, and all the freckles underneath. And again, it's a family amusement park. Like, you can't be coming to an amusement park looking like that. So, no differently would I have a reaction to that? Would I have a reaction to someone showing up in a fucking giant breasted fursuit? It's the same reaction either way. It has nothing to do with, you know, the fursuit or no fursuit. It has nothing to do with me being a prude and trying to judge someone for how they want to express their body. You're in public. There are children in line for the log flume, and you're standing next to them in line with your areolas out. Like, I don't give a fuck how you want to express yourself or how you're trying to, you know, be open and free with your sexuality. Ma'am, there are children here. I care more about the safety of these children than I give a fuck about whatever mesh garment you thought was acceptable to throw on and go out into public wearing. So, like, yeah, I don't know. And I also think that's, like, you know, this is kind of funny because it's kind of a full circle moment to the first topic we talked about on stream. And I think it's another reason, like, I could never really get into those lifestyles myself. Is like, I, and again, this full circle with the beginning of the stream where I was talking about how, like, it's way easier to get popular online making content if you sexualize yourself or make fun of yourself and kind of become a jester, or if you just become a fucking full-on grifter. While I might have more success getting views doing that, I want to make content and I want to live a life that I can be proud of at the end of my life. I want to live a life that my wife is proud of. One where, you know, when we're sitting at dinner, she can look at me across the kitchen table and, like, say that she's proud of me and she's happy to be with me and she enjoys the content I make and she enjoys the hobbies we share and the time we've spent together. And thankfully, I do have that relationship. Even though that one dude I played Survivor with thinks that I need marriage counseling, I do have a relationship with my wife where, like, she oftentimes openly tells me, like, she's proud of the content I'm making. She supports it and she likes the, you know, things that I'm working on outside of the live streaming space. For example, she's proud of the success I'm having at my job. She's proud of the short stories I've written. And therefore, I don't want to jeopardize that. I care more about being proud of myself and making my wife proud than going and throwing on like a mesh shirt, wearing it out to an amusement park, and flashing everyone my areolas at a fucking log flume. And if you're okay living that life, good for you. As long as you're not hurting others, I'm fine with that. Now, again, the reason I brought up that story about the amusement park is because there were children around. So I would argue that person was not living their own life, and they were harming others, because I don't think nudity in front of children's okay. But I don't know. I think, again, as much as I joke around about the fact that in another life I would be with a reindeer girl, and that's probably true. Like, if I was born a couple hundred years from now, living in a VR world, an AR world, the metaverse, shit, a reindeer girl sounds like a good partner. But I got born into this life. And this life is one that I like want to be proud of. And I want my wife to be proud of me, and I want to look back on it and like not have regret that like I succumbed to turning into a grifter just for views on YouTube, or turning into a jester just so I could grow a little bit faster on live stream. Or pimping myself out because, you know, I wanted to make a little bit more money. I'm happy with the life I'm living. And I don't know. I think even though this year has been really difficult for me because the car crash not only took away my car, but took away like a month of my life. And then I got sick for the last 2 weeks and was bedridden for a while. And it doesn't help that those two things happened back to back. And we're still kind of like the start of 20, at least for me, it feels like I'm at the start of 2026, because I have yet to really experience 2026. I haven't really been allowed to do anything. Yeah, I don't know. Even though this year has been really rough, and I will admit openly, I don't talk a lot about my like personal struggles. I try to keep my stream very funny, haha, quirky, and random. Like, this year has been admittedly difficult for me mentally. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to count my blessings, and I'm trying to like remind myself that like I am very happy with where I'm at in life. I have a good job. I have a happy marriage, and like there's a lot that I am proud of. So, yeah, full circle moment. Literally full circle from the topic we were discussing at the start of the stream. But before I end the stream, I'll try to catch up on some of the chat messages I missed, and then we'll probably go to bed. Did we lose the hour sleep yet? Okay, we haven't lost the hour sleep yet. Not that it matters. I don't know why. It's just looming over me. It's literally looming over me like fucking like a I don't know, like some sort of I can't think of the word. Fuck it. Who cares? Like a curse. By the way, clarify for the chat, I am not a furry, but I am a photographer. And you know, it's funny you described yourself like that, Zach, because again, I think in another life, if I wasn't if I wasn't married to the beautiful girl that I'm married to now, and if I wasn't in a happy relationship, and maybe if I was married, sorry, mix up my words there. If I wasn't already in a beautiful marriage, and if I was born like 200 years in the future where reindeer women exist, I'd probably be in the same position as you. I wouldn't be a furry, but I'd partake. There are just, oh, dude. Okay. One other thing I want to rant about. There are some niche communities that turn me off to it as well. Similar to like really any community. You name any community and there's some niche group of people that ruin it. Like Counter-Strike. I love Counter-Strike. But the people who are way into the skins and they like gamble the skins. They scam people out of skins. They basically have turned the skins market into fucking stocks where the prices rise and fall and they invest in skins like stocks. That, in my opinion, has ruined Counter Strike. Or, like, you got the fucking. I love it to death, but like the Pokemon community has been ruined by trading cards. I will say one thing that has kept me away from ever considering like really not okay, that's a very exaggerated way of wording it, but the reason I've never even considered joining, partaking in, or even being a part of the furry community is because there are some people in that community that, while niche and are obviously sub communities within it, they're not the majority, are so fucking weird. And I bring this up because it happened today specifically. I was on the way home from work in the car. Um, and for those of you who don't know, I don't have a license right now since my car accident. So my wife was driving. I was not on my phone while driving. Okay, I wasn't texting and driving, but I saw that the Has Been Hotel series was trending on Twitter. And me just being nosy, I'm like, oh, why is it trending? I don't really give a fuck about the show, but I was just curious. Like, anytime I see something trending on Twitter that I recognize, I want to know why it's trending. It was trending because of porn. It was trending because of furry porn. Motherfucker. So now I'm just in the car sitting next to my wife. Full fucking like Eiffel Tower Has Been Hotel furry porn on my phone. Thankfully, she was looking at the road, as she should be, considering she was driving. So she didn't, see what I had to see. But, like, what the fuck? And I feel like that has happened to a lot of communities. And it's not something that brings me in. It pushes me away. Like, again, I care a lot about Pokemon. Love Pokemon, one of my favorite franchises of all time. One of the first times I ever saw porn in my life was furry Pokemon porn. Against my will. And I think those experiences have pushed me away from that community instead of bringing me in. And again, I recognize that like those things are a loud minority, not representative of the community as a whole. The same way that fucking, Counter-Strike gamblers and the Counter-Strike skins market is not representative as Counter-Strike as a whole. But yeah, it's something that's always kind of pushed me away. It's even, I mean, Shit, Counter-Strike's starting to push me away. I'm starting to sell all my skins, bro. Nothing is sacred anymore. That's what I'm learning. Nothing is sacred anymore. I found a secret room just for there to be a blank sign. Okay. I see what you're saying with the difference then. Well, yeah, like I said, some of those, I'm assuming then the former is the higher quality, and the mascot costumes are the ones you're referring to as being lower quality and mass produced. Like I said, some of the fucking suits I've seen are crazy high quality. I respect that. That's like impressive. As someone who has dabbled in like cosplay, but I never really got super into it just because I don't know. It's too much work. I have like a single Final Fantasy costume, and then I have my Ren Fair costume, and that's it. Yeah. Oh, I also have an Ash Ketchum cosplay, but I lost the vest. I don't know where it is. Like, I respect that craft a lot. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it would just for me be something that I respect from a distance, and what am I trying to say? Sorry, I'm getting tired, so like my brain's not working at full function. I respect it a lot. I don't respect. Here's how I can word it. Here's how we'll end the stream, because this is actually funny. I respect the suits a fuck ton. I don't respect has-been hotel porn. That's, I think, where I draw the line in the sand. I respect high quality suits. I don't respect has-been hotel porn. That's about where my opinions lie. Call me a prude. Call me whatever you want to call me. Sorry, I'm in a happy relationship where I'm not trying to look at, porn without my consent, I'm not trying to open Twitter and just be flashbanged by porn. My bad. I don't need porn. I've got... No. She's gonna hate me when she wakes up and watches this stream. I don't need porn because I have my own private show right over there. Sorry, she's sleeping in bed right off camera. She's gonna fucking kill me. But yeah, no, fuck that, bro. It's my fault. I should know better. I should know to just never look at the trending tab on Twitter, especially if has-been hotel is trending. That's on me. That's on me. But anyways, I am starting to get really tired, and it's becoming difficult for me to form sentences, so I think I'm gonna go to bed. Dude. What sucks, though, is I slept for 5 hours before the stream. I'm probably gonna sleep for like another 5 hours after the stream, but I already know it's not gonna feel like 10 hours of sleep. It's gonna feel like 5 hours of sleep. You know what I mean? Like 2 separate 5-hour sleep sessions, which is a bummer. That sucks. I'm not happy about that. But that's my fault for taking a nap after work. I need to accept the consequences of my own actions. But anyways, I do appreciate everyone who showed up to the stream today. We got very deep in today's stream. Talked about a lot of personal topics. Talked about a lot of my like past traumas and people making fun of me and people that have affected my mental health for the worse. But I appreciate everyone who listened. This is not something that I try to make commonplace, nor is it commonplace. I feel like lately I've been trying to gear my streams more towards like comedy and also big kind of achievements. Like how one of our last streams we literally beat 25 different Minecraft mini games in one stream. And one of the streams I'm planning on doing here in the near future, we've been talking about it for a while, is playing a Mario Kart track in Mario Kart World specifically, because it's the game where you can play free roam and go drive around the open world. And we're going to race around that Mario Kart track 500 times, thus doing basically 500 laps in one track. The first ever 500 lap Mario Kart race. So I've been trying to do like more fun kind of challenge streams and have my commentary be geared more towards entertainment and comedy. But today was a bit of a therapy stream, and I appreciate everyone who allowed me the opportunity to speak more on a personal level. So thank you for that. But I appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful night. I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully playing Codenames, though my friends who I'm supposed to be playing Codenames with did warn me there's a chance they might become unavailable. So if that happens, we'll switch the stream to a single player game. We'll see. Either way, I will be live tomorrow. Just there's a small chance it might not be Codenames. And yeah, I do wish y'all the best. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see y'all then. Otherwise,